Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oswego State for some ACHA hockey. I am Ben Greco, doing some play-by-play in color for Oswego State versus the University of Cornell as the Oswego State Lakers open up their season on home ice with Cornell in their fourth game of the season. Oswego State is opening the season after a 10-17-4 record last year and 5-9 in the NECHL, with Cornell last season at 12-14-1. Overall in a 7-7-0 league record. Oswego State has about 10 or 11 new first-year players and a lot of returning players, including Alex Galos, the starting goaltender, and a lot of cogs in the wheel with Kyle Mcnamara and Chris Carey. A big point of the Oswego Lakers this year is that only 33 kids tried out for head coach Chris Timmons due to some budget cuts around Oswego State clubs in general. But the coach still has confidence and is ready to take on the season, hoping to end up in the NECHL playoffs, one win where they were 1 point short last season. Cornell has opened up and they are 1-2 in 3 games played so far. This is also their first conference game behind head coach Chris Newman. Leading scorers include Dong Yu Shin with 5 points, including 4 goals and an assist, and William McCrink has 3 goals and assists for 4 points total. Goaltenders have split times for both teams between Karen Cherkrop and Drew Goldberg. Both the 2 games played with 36 and 37 saves each, respectively. Cherkrop does, however, have a shutout. The team has wins over Lehigh University and Penn State Berks University, and the loss came from Villanova. We have about 5 minutes left. A little more than 5 minutes until until the puck is dropped and teams are announced, and we will have the rosters for you as our cameraman Jerry Pritchard, who is also an Oswego State student, will be manning the camera as we watch the rosters now lined up, and we will tune in a little bit to hear what the team's starting lineups are going to be. From the looks of things, Oswego State's starting lineup is going to be at center number 11 Sean Mooney. At left wing, number 16, Nick Matro, and at right wing, number 9, Chris Carey. Alex Galos will be starting for the Lakers, and the starting defensemen are going to be alternate captain Theo Cup, and Chris Wands is also going to be on defense. Also to point out, Chris Carey is also an alternate captain. So for Cornell University, oh, looks like a little bit of error there from public announcer looking at some names real quick. We'll get that name for you real quick from Cornell. And it sounded like he said Canisius, but we're gonna get you there. We'll be there momentarily, but those are the 5 starters, and goaltender Alex Galos will be starting for the Lakers. Galos last season was a key cog, according to head coach Chris Timmons. It is also good to point out that they do have a new goaltending coach who was also a former Laker, Jimmy Albright. All 3 coaches, including Jordan Alhart, were also all Lakers, and it looks like we are going to take a moment as players are just going to head to center ice, it looks like, and get started without announcing the starting 5, and we will be sure to give you those names as we see them momentarily. We're going to start the first period here as we start the Lakers season, and it looks like for Cornell, number 31 in goal will be starting for the Big Red. That's going to be Drew Goldberg, who, like I said earlier, does have a couple games played this season, as both teams are huddled up around their coach to get the game plan ready, and we will announce the Cornell starting roster fairly shortly. Once again, this is men's ACHA hockey, Oswego State versus the University of Cornell, and we are looking to start the season, and we will be Jerry and I will be at every home game throughout the season. You can tune in every weekend that they are home. They have 3 games this weekend, a couple more games this week on Saturday and Sunday, and it does look like for Cornell, on the wing got number 27 William McCrink, number 91 Alex Ewald, and this puck is dropped. Oswego State will get possession. Also on offense for Cornell, number 19 Dong Yoon Shin. On defense, you got number 15 Dylan Jones, as well as number 25 Jack Bookbinder. Those are going to be the starting rosters for both squads as we get underway with 19:39 left in the first period. And the game is underway as Oswego State tries to bring it up a little past the blue line, but Cornell will get it at the center. Back and dumped in, and Theo Cup will chase back to grab the puck. Over to Wands. Wands has it on the far corner, and will pass it over back to Cup. Cup up to the center, but it's hit down by Cornell's Jack Bookbinder. Little Jack Bookbinder dumps it in there. Axglos points it over and is stuck with Ryan McDonald, who is in now for the Big Red. Clears the zone as defenseman number 9, does go over to get it. And it looks like number 14 for the Lakers, Bobby Vasta, does come in a little bit, but is not able to get all of it, and goes over to Cornell, who clears it down the ice and will be called at icing as Sean O'Neill gets down there first. So the icing called. 18:40 left, just a couple minutes into the play. Still 0-0. Both teams not recorded a shot yet early on. No penalties as we are on the left circle with Chase Nees, one of the first-year Lakers from Plano, Texas, will be taking the draw. Very speedy, as we saw in the captain's tryouts, and it looks like he is going to be successful, but Cornell will come away with it as McDonald's does take it up the left side. Will stops a nice wrist shot from the blue line there, and it is shoved in back to McDonald, and the Lakers come away with it as Nees does take it to the left side of their net. Nees hit a little bit, but is able to stick with it as it's in the corner now with Mike Lemieux. Shot from C.J. Walsh from the from the point on the left side, and it will be stopped by Goldberg. First shot for both teams comes from, the second shot, first shot for the Lakers. Cornell does have one recorded shot so far. Cornell will have the puck. Ross Allen tries to stick with it behind the net, and he does, as Adam Marvin does come away with it and tries to get it around there. Back to Marvin. And now over to number 8 for the Lakers, Jay Chapin, who does dump it in from the point, and it does come away with Cornell right over the ref there, as you saw. Number 27 for the Lakers, Adam Marvin, does still have it. And to number 18, Kyle McNamara in the slot, but he does fan a little bit, but he does stick with it as Luke Myers is able to take it in the back and pass it back around. And both Adam Marvin and the Cornell defenseman do fall there, and they are able, but Cornell is able to stick with it as Oswego does gain possession back. Luke Myers passes it to the slot over to Marvin. Marvin on the left side, left circle. Now into Luke Myers and over to Kyle McNamara. Kyle McNamara wraps it back around behind the goaltender as it goes to number 87, Ryan Hornung of the Big Red, and Cornell will take it up ice. Oswego State does have possession again, with the Big Red taking it back in the end of their zone. Now over to Dong Yoon Shin, the leading scorer for the Big Red, as it goes over Galosa's shoulder and will go all the way back down. Cornell does retain possession as Joe Marcelic does come in. Now over to Hubert. Theo Cup over to Wands. And Marcelic just short, and the Cornell is offsides and goes over to Wands. Now to Jay Chapin. Not Chapin, Chris Carey, and it is almost shot there by Chris Wands towards the net. Theo Cup holds it at the point and shoots it in, but it is blocked by a couple players there. It looked like Oswego State did get a leg on it. 15:34 left in the first period, still 0-0. Lakers do have 3 shots on goal compared to Cornell's 1. Now over to Sean Mooney. It is hit back out to the defenseman, C.J. Walsh, who will pass it over to Sean Mooney once again. Sean Mooney keeps on the left side, passes it, or shoots it past the left side of the net, and it is banked over to Sean O'Neill. Nick Matro loses it to Chris Williams, as Lakers do retain possession there with number 6, C.J. Walsh, almost getting there, and it will go back to Cornell, number 24, Chris Williams. Cornell's able to keep it in the zone, and it hits Alex Galos and will pass it off to C.J. Walsh on his near side there. And it goes up to Chris Nees, but is stopped by Ryan Hornung. Now over to Mike Lemieux. And it goes to number 8 of the Lakers, Jay Chapin, who gives it to Nees, and then back to Martin Simonek. And it is chopped in by number 14, Bobby Vasta of the Lakers, for a stoppage in play, as it's held by, by Drew Goldberg. 14:04 left in the first period, still 0-0 between the Oswego State Lakers and Cornell University Big Red. Oswego State in their home opener, as number 20, Luke Myers, does take the opening draw and does win it and goes back behind the net with it. Goes over to, tries to cross it actually, over to Kyle McNamara, but is not able to hold on, as Jay Chapin does dump it in there. And it goes over to number 15 of the Big Red, Dylan Jones, who brings it up. It is shot at Alex Galos' glove. He holds on with 13:42 left for the Cornell's third shot of the game. A little bit of a back and forth here at Marano Campus Center. This is one of the first hockey games that the rink has seen this school year, as the NCAA team has not quite started yet. They will start in a couple short weeks. October 20th, I believe, is their first exhibition game. Women's club hockey has not had a game at Oswego State yet. I know they did beat Syracuse University, however, 3-1 last week. And a close chance there, not able to connect, as Oswego State does dump it back in. Theo Cup takes the dump, as number 20, Luke Myers, does hold on to it and tries to wrap it around from Adam Marvin, but it is stopped by Goldberg once again. Oswego State with a little bit with the upper hand there on the shot total and also the offensive presence, as lines do change here. But overall, an even game to start, as Sean Mooney will take the draw for the Lakers, compared to 91 from Big Red, Alex Ewald. Cornell does keep it and moves it up the ice over to Wands, just out of reach, as Ewald does keep it in there and will keep possession behind the net of Galos. However, Wand is able to recover and takes it up the right side. Wand still with it, but taken by Cornell's William McCrink, who has 4 points this season. Over to Nick Matro, who brings it back in. Theo Cup with it. Now over to Wands, excuse me. And now back over to Cornell Big Red and over to Ewald, who shoots it in. It's his goal. University Cornell Big Red with a goal from Ewald. His second of the season, 5th point total, with 12:36 left in the first period. The Big Red take a 1-0 lead over the Oswego State Lakers. Ewald with once again his second goal of the season, and we will wait to get later confirmation of the assist from referees and the statisticians down below. Play begins once again with 12:30 remaining in the first period, 1-0 Big Red after the Ewald goal, as Sean O'Neill passes over to C.J. Walsh, who tries to get up the ice to Brendan Wallace. Brendan Wallace brings it up the left side and over to Joe Mrazak, and is almost tapped in by Wallace, but cannot get it right past there. And then once again, it is stopped after an Oswego State shot by Goldberg. Goldberg has stopped 6 shots now, officially 6 shots on the scoreboard at least, with 12:11 left, as he is currently helping his team hold the 1-0 lead. Joe Marzalik is going to take the face-off at the left circle. Looks like we're going to have a little stoppage as a fifth player tries to get out there for Big Red. Sean O'Neill does shoot it in, but is blocked a little bit by Cornell there. And goes over to McDonald of the Big Red, who tries to get it up to his teammate there on the far line, number 11, Ross Allen, but cannot get it as a stop by the Lakers. Knees almost gets there to hit it in the slot, not able to get all of it, however. Sean Neal races back with number 24, Chris Williams. Cornell does keep possession. A little miscommunication there from number 25, Jack Bookbinder, and his Knees almost gets it back, but Cornell's able to keep it as Knees does keep possession. Oswego State will take it with a shot from number 21, Mike Lemieux. Now the 27 of the Cornell Big Red, William McCrink, tries to bring it up, cannot. He will shoot once again, but is blocked, and it will exit and it will stay in the, exits the zone after the linesman did call it. It looked like it stayed on the edge of the line there, but the Lakers will move the puck up. Now over to Luke Myers, who does dangle in there and almost grabbed by Kyle McNamara to put it down, but cannot get a hand on it. And Luke Myers will hold on to it, but goes over to Cornell with Dongyeon Shin racing up the ice. The point leader for Cornell, and is on the side of the net on Galos's glove side, just wide. 10:30 left to go in the first period, 1-0 Cornell University, as the Oswego State Lakers are opening up their season right now at the Murano Campus Center in Oswego, New York. And Lakers will take it up the field with Kyle McNamara racing up the ice on the left side, over to Luke Myers, who passes it over to Adam Marvin, but cannot get a connection on the one-timer there. Oswego State will race back to get the icing with Martin Simonek from Prague, Czech Republic, heading back and beating out Cornell for the icing. And it will return to the Cornell zone on the right side of the crease. Right now, our cameraman Jerry Pritchard is trying to just adjust the camera. We are experiencing some tripod difficulties. This is our first broadcast, as I said before. A lot of last-minute preparations, and we've been here all preseason with the team during practices to attempt to get it set, and we will get there by the end of the season, folks. I can trust you that. But as we get there, we hope you bear with us and work with us as we get 100% there to give you the best quality broadcast for the Oswego State Lakers. As Oswego State, Nick Matro does bring it to ice and passes over to Sean Mooney. Nick Matro almost gets it again, but goes over to Cornell. Axelos does stop it in his pads and passes it off to number 37, Yami Hebert. Sorry, defensive number 3, Max O'Mara. Galos stops it once again and goes over to O'Mara, and then over to Martin Simonek. Lakers are playing with the extra 7th defenseman here, as they have 12 forwards on the ice, as well as 7 defensemen, adding a 3rd defenseman to the potential 3rd defensive line with Martin Simonek and Jay Chapin. Cornell with a chance there, but is hit away and cleared the zone from the Lakers. Lakers number 2, Chris Wands, goes in and shoots it, but it is just offsides and goes over the net. A little bit of a late shot there, but no retaliation from the Big Red, and it will come back to the neutral zone on the left side. Cornell will come away with the puck and does almost tries to get it around Theo Cup, but cannot, as Cornell does dump it in, but it is blocked by his own teammate, James Check. Oswego State with possession, Theo Cup behind the net. Over back to Cornell as they dump it back in. Theo Cup will race to get there and pass it over to Wands. Wands, a sophomore 21 games played last year, and 3 points. The Ringwood, New Jersey native, making some early headway, as Oswego State does have a close chance there for number 28, Brendan Wallace, who tries to shove it in there at the front. Excuse me, that was number 25, Joe Marcelic, who tries to shove it in there, but it is stopped by Drew Goldberg. Goldberg holding on to his shutout early on, 1-0, 8:05 left to go in the first period, as Oswego State does come away with the face-off there. Shot in by Mike Lemieux, but is blocked early on. And number 27, McCrink, will race in as Alex Galos tries to battle with it and almost gets caught out of position from Alex Galos after a one-timer over there on the left side. Ewald with a shot that went over Galos' head. Oswego State does come away with the puck as and cut off by Ewald. Almost a one-timer from McCrink, but cannot connect. And once again, cut off by Cornell. Oswego State cannot get out of the defensive zone for the last about 20 seconds after a couple cut passes. Ewald trying to keep possession, but cannot, as it goes over to Chase Nees. Nees with the puck now over to Lemieux, and passes it right to Cornell, who gets the shot, but it's blocked by Ewald himself. Stopped by Alex Galos after a shot from number 25, Jack Bookbinder, on the blue line. Galos has faced 9 shots, saving 8 of them so far early in the first period. 7:07 left to go. 1-0 Big Red over the Oswego State Lakers. And it looks like Oswego State will come away with the puck there after he came in to take, after number 18 came in, Kyle Mcnamara, to swipe it away, but is given possession away. Over to Mcnamara. Now to Simonek. Simonek passes it over just a little bit past number 27, Adam Marvin, but Adam Marvin almost keeps possession there, as the Cornell will race back up the ice. Oswego State brings it up carried by Martin Simonek up, and then over to Luke Myers. Maxwell Mayer cannot hold it, but Martin Simonek will back him up and bring back into their own zone, as that goes over to Luke Myers, but he is caught offside as Kyle McNamara was not able to get across the blue line, quick enough. Oswego State does win the draw there, as Nick Matro does dump it in. Cornell gains possession. Over to Ryan McDonald, who does chase it up and shoots it in, and is stopped by Alex Galos. 5:59 left to go in the first period. 1-0 Cornell University, who saw an early goal from Alex Ewald, his second of the season, and 4 games played, his 5th point overall. Cornell's had a decent amount of goals scored. I believe I saw they scored 7 goals against one team. I believe they scored 7 over Penn State and 5 or 6 over Lehigh University. So they have definitely proven that they are an offensive team, allowing only 2 or 3 goals, in those 2 wins. However, their loss to Villanova was a 7-1 loss, I believe, as Oswego State does attempt to hold possession and goes over to Nick Matro. Nick Matro does lose possession, and it's over to Cornell. Chris Swans battles for his possession, but Sean Mooney will come away with it as he dumps it in, and offensive lines will get a change. Chris Swans has it, and now over to Theo Cup on the near side. Theo Cup skates back to wait for his offense forwards to set up as he tries to skate up, and he gets across the red line and also dumps it in, and there will be another quick change for the Lakers. Oswego Lakers dump it back in after Nick Matro does hit it in, and he will get off the ice quickly to change a line, and now over to Guillen Herbert. Brendan Wallace now with the puck. It is stopped by Goldberg after he almost lost it in midair, but it is gloved down at 4:41 left in the first period. Cornell still up 1-0. 10 shots each for both teams. Obviously, one of the earlier shots for Cornell, taking the lead with Ewald's goal. Over to Ewald on the far side. Oswego State will dump it in with a little bit of deflection there, as Brendan Wallace, a first-year Laker from West Islip, does come in to take the puck and passes it. Tries to drop it off to Herbert, but cannot get it to him. It's cut off by Cornell. And Wallace will try to fight for it, but Cornell does come away with it, as number 19, Dong-Yoon Shin, does race up the ice. Gives it to Ewald. Ewald on the left shot, shot to the right of the net, right out the reach of Galos's glove. Shin still with the puck as he's hit into the end boards by Sean O'Neill, who will take the puck away and race it up the ice, but it is poked away by number 25, Jack Bookbinder. Calvin Walsh hits it shoots it out of play into the penalty box on the near side to us, and it will be possession. It will be a face-off, at the far right corner of the Oswego State defensive zone. 3:30 left to go in the first period. Cornell up 1-0. If you're just tuning in, this is the Oswego State men's ACHA team. Their opening game in Marano Campus Center compared to Cornell's fourth game of the season. It is today. Oswego State is opening up the 2018-2019 season right now with 10 new players on the starting roster and a couple returns, including the key goaltender Alex Goulos, who makes his pad save there. Now over to Mike Lemieux, who tries to dump it up, but it is stopped by Ryan Hornung of Cornell. Chase Nees brings it up the ice in the center, showing off his speed early on throughout the game, and tries to gives the pass to Bobby Vasta, but cannot connect on it. Looks like there will be a stoppage in play as the referee does blow the whistle, but it looks like no penalties will be assessed, just a quick stoppage. Cornell does come away with the puck there. 2:40 left in the first period. Theo Cup attempts to stop it there, but it is picked up by Luke Myers in the back. And over to Theo Cup, who deflects it onto the stick. Number 15, Dylan Jones, for the Big Red. Theo Cup races up and is not able to gain possession there, but number 27, Adam Marvin, will be there for the Lakers to hold on. Theo Cup keeps it at the blue line over to Wands. Wands shoots, hits the blocker, of Goldberg. Now over to Luke Myers. Theo back to Myers. Now back to Marvin behind the net, spins around, and is not able to get a pass off, and goes over to Luke Myers. Now over to number 8, McDonald of the Big Red. And goes back to Theo Cup after Cornell tried to dump it in, and it goes over to the Wands on the far side. Wands will try to bring it up as he gets past a couple of Cornell defensemen and shoots it from the red line right into the pads of Goldberg, who stops once again another shot. 1:38 left in the first period. 1-0 University of Cornell over Oswego State. There will be the face-off on the left circle in the Cornell zone. Oswego State comes away with the face-off as Sean O'Neill does shoot it towards, but it does not get all the way to Goldberg. Sean Moody now with the puck behind the red line. Sean Moody does come away with it and drops it off to Chris Carey, who passes it off to Nick Matro. Nick Matro tries to get it up front, but it is taken away by Cornell. And Cornell, Dong-Yoon Shin, will race up the ice and try to get it into the center there, as number 27, McCrink, tries to shove it in, but it's stopped by Galos after a diving save on the right side there. There will be a face-off on the right circle. 1:08 left in the first period. Cornell still up 1-0. Face-off on the far circle. Attempted to clear out, and it does leave the zone, but Cornell will come away with it. Number 91, Alex Ewald, holds on to the puck. Now over to Chase Habig. And it is stopped by Goldberg after a quick takeaway from the Lakers. Once again, on a 13, Cornell has 13 saves. That would be Drew Goldberg. Exactly, has 13 saves in net early on. Just under a minute to go with 51.9 seconds remaining in the first period. Big Red taking a 1-0 lead. Cornell comes away with the faceoff there on the near side. And it is cleared down by Cornell as CJ Walsh just beats out Hornung to try to clear the icing, but Hornung will be, CJ Walsh will be able to beat him and brings it back down to the Cornell zone on the right side. Chase Knees once again taking the face off for the Lakers and is not successful on the right side. Cornell will take it away as CJ Walsh is able to keep it in, but it goes right back on the Cornell stick. Now carried up by Chris Williams. Tries to get it into net, and it looked like an Oswego State player, looked like CJ Walsh exactly, was overtaken and just completely toppled over by Hornung there, almost right into the post on the back of the head, but no further injury there. It is offsides for the Lakers as they try to carry it up, and Jack Nees will take the face off once again. Jack Nees does kick it back a little bit with his left skate, and Mike Lemieux will bring it up and does get it across. Five seconds remaining in the first period as McDonald does get a last-second opportunity when he thought everyone else was done. Goes with a last-second save, and that is the end of the first period for Oswego State men's ACHA hockey. Oswego State 0, Cornell University 1, and that is the end of the first period at the Murano Campus Center here on YouTube Live under the Oswego State ACHA YouTube channel. Make sure to stay with us. We're gonna be back in just a couple short moments as we get ready to get stats from the statistician down by center ice, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes on YouTube Live with Oswego's ACHA hockey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Murano Campus Center in Oswego, New York at Oswego State University. I'm Ben Greco hosting some Oswego State men's ACHA hockey where the Lakers are currently facing Cornell University with Cornell Big Red up 1-0 over the Lakers after 20 minutes. Cornell does have a one-shot advantage, 14-13 shots. The one goal for the Big Red came from Alex Ewald, his 5th point of the season, 2nd goal of the season, and the assist from Dong-Yoon Shin, his 2nd assist of the season, and 6th point total. After the 14 saves for Cornell, now Drew Goldberg, Cornell's goaltender, has 51 saves in just 3 games played. He does post a 1-0 record for the Big Red. Despite playing 2 games, he did not get credit for one of the games, as that went to the other goaltender for the Big Red, Carson Cherkop, who is 1-1 with 36 saves. No goals allowed, however, and also Goldberg has allowed 8 goals on the season in his 2 games played, but is currently posting the shutout after 20 minutes. Oswego State with a couple passing errors and did have some chances in the offensive zone during the first period, just could not connect, as Cornell was a little bit of a back and forth between the 2 teams, to say the least. Cornell, however, able to pull away with the Ewald goal, as they are now up, like I said, 1-0. We have about 3 minutes left until the players are going to hit the ice and take on the second 40 minutes at the Murano Campus Center. Like I said, this is also the first game, one of the first games at least, that the arena has seen this year, as both the NCAA teams for the men and women have not started. They will start on October 20th. The women's club team did face Syracuse University, however, I believe they were away at Syracuse and the Tannady Pavilion. A little bit more about the team looking into this year now that we have a couple minutes. The team, like I said earlier, did miss the playoffs by only 1 point according to their website, and has only had 33 kids try out this season compared to the normal 50. Head coach Chris Timmons, like I said, is committed to this team, as well as all of the players on the roster. A lot of the reason for the budget cut funding was the equal pay, equal play situation brought up by Oswego State Student Association, after women's teams felt they deserved more money, and the Oswego State Student Association did comply, and a men's team lost a lot of money, while the women's team gained a little more than $10,000 for the year. However, that is unnecessary to talk about here, as Oswego State, like I said, is still committed to taking on this season and hoping to attend the Northeast Collegiate Hockey League playoffs later this season. But first, they need to come away and take on the first game of the season and open up the year against Cornell University. Cornell did attend the playoffs last year with a 7-7-0 record in the NECHL, both in Division I of the ACHA, and both are looking for also the bid to head to nationals in the ACHA. A lot of people don't know, actually, that the ACHA is directly below the NCAA, where a lot of teams who no longer had NCAA funding dropped down to the ACHA, and some teams from the ACHA have even bumped up to the NCAA. A lot of the teams, however, do have both. Oswego State and Cornell both do have NCAA programs and also have the money to fund ACHA programs. It has been a long off season for the Lakers after not getting the bid for the playoffs. However, as they take the ice for the second period, it makes you wonder what Chris Timmons had to say to his players. Opening 20 minutes yesterday during practice, he looked to be ready for the game. Him and both Jordan Allhart feel like their team was well prepared, and also Cornell does enter the ice, as we are going to switch sides, obviously, and Chris Newman walking out as the head coach for the Big Red. Oswego State did have a lot of opportunity to bring in multiple interns, myself and Jerry included, for the broadcast team. This is a brand new thing for the team. They did have live streams before, but this is the first time with a broadcast team. They also have a couple more equipment managers, as well as a statistician and game scoreboard operator. But several of us included in the interning process loving the experience so far, and we hope to be with you the rest of the season and maybe in future on for us underclassmen who are sticking with the program as we get our hockey fix on throughout the season. Oswego State with the same starting lineup, or excuse me, at least same starting defenseman, as the third line, Kyle McNamara, Luke Myers, and Adam Marvin, will come out for the Lakers. For Cornell, however, number 15, Dylan Jones, and number 25, Jack Bookbinder, will be on defense, and the offense will remain the same as the first period as we are underway. Second 20 minutes, ready to go at the Murano Campus Ice Arena between Oswego State and the University of Cornell. Theo Cup does feint on the original pass, but is able to pass it off, but it does end up on the stick of Cornell in their defensive zone. Bookbinder does hold it, and it is dumped down the ice. It is an icing as Theo Cup and Chris Wands both beat Cornell, and it goes back down to the defensive zone of Cornell on the right side of the net. But the third or fourth icing for Cornell. Oswego State has not been able to take advantage, but Luke Myers will win the draw there and goes over to McNamara. Now to the Cup, who shoots it in, but it is blocked and does not reach Goldberg. Now over to Myers. Marvin with a hit there and goes back to Myers on the left side. Now over to Marvin, who hits it, and it goes right in front of Goldberg, but he's able to poke it out and clear the zone. Now over to Wands. To Myers, and chops it up, but is stopped by Cornell as Dylan Jones will dump it in. Belos does stop the puck right before his crease. Theo Cup, will take it, and he's taking it. Tries to get it past the blue line, but is not able to keep possession, but it is out of the zone. Theo Cup does dump it in, and it is taken by Adam Marvin, but it is blocked. Now over to Myers on the left side. Cornell does take it away, and it is grabbed by Theo Cup before it gets too far away. Now with Myers, an open chance, and it goes over to number 21, Mike Lemieux, who gets the goal. Mike Lemieux does get the goal with 18:31 remaining after sliding his celebration into the end wall. Oswego State ties the game up 1-1 with Cornell and Mike Lemieux, a first-year Laker sophomore, however, and he's a first year on the team from Albany, New York, home of the University of Albany Great Danes, but chose to come to Oswego State to play some Division I ACHA hockey. As the game is now underway once again to resume play, 18:25, Lakers 1, Cornell 1, tie hockey game as we continue to start the second period. A shot from CJ Walsh that is stopped by Goldberg, and it looked like Lakers wanted to, almost got the puck clear, but the ref blows the whistle a couple seconds earlier than they would have liked, and now it goes to the right side of the net in the Cornell zone. Cornell does come away with it as Ewald comes away with it and goes over to Dongyeon Shin. Back to Cornell's defense and goes over to McCrank, but is stopped by CJ Walsh as he brings it up and almost gives it off to Mike Lemieux, but is stopped by Cornell. Mike Lemieux does stay on the Cornell defenseman, though, and goes back to CJ Walsh after an attempted clear. Back over to Cornell. And it is cleared all the way down and will once again be an icing as Sean O'Neill beats back Cornell for the icing as it goes back down to the right side of the net. Oswego State almost comes away with the puck, and they do actually, as O'Mara does stick with the puck. Now in the near corner, over to Cornell. And it officially is the goal from Mike Lemieux to tie up the game. Brandon Wallace with the assist. Also a first-year Laker, a freshman from West Islip, New York. Chris Carey with the puck, but passes it back to Martin Simonek. And now to Sean Mooney, who loses the puck, and it's in the slot for the Big Red, but McCrink cannot come away with it as Chris Carey is bringing it up to ice and passes it over Nick Matro. Nick Matro stopped. Mooney, does hold on to it. And he is hit down. And this goes over to Cornell as Martin Simonek races back to the defensive zone. Shin with a shot, but is blocked by Martin Simonek. Another shot from Shin as he skates off the ice. Now over to to James Check of Cornell, and it's just out of reach for Joe Marcelic, and it is no icing on. It is waved off, and Cornell will have to bring it back up the ice without the stoppage in play. Martin Simonek almost grabbed by Check there, and it is cleared, almost cleared, and Simonek will grab it again. Over to number 28, Brandon Wallace, just out of reach, however. Blocked, and it will stick with Cornell. Just tipped on the blue line, so there will be no icing there. Now over to Hubert. Cleared out of the neutral zone into the end of Cornell's zone, and it will be an icing for the Lakers. The assist was not Brennan Wallace. It was number 20, Luke Myers. Cleared back down once again. And Cornell will hold the puck there as Hubert almost gets the hit there and is able to knock possession, but Cornell does come back away with it. Blocked by Joe Marcelic, but it goes back to Cornell in the zone. And it's cleared all the way down to Alex Galos. No icing as it hits the goaltender, but Theo Cup will take the puck and pass it off to Adam Marvin. Marvin over to number 18, Kyle McNamara, who is alone in the corner. Just a little bit ahead of him, could not get a full grasp of it, and is stopped by Cornell back in the slot. And there will be a hand pass from, looks like, Cornell University, and it will go back into their zone on the right side of the cage. So a hand pass from Cornell with 14:43 left in the second period. Tie game, Lakers 1, Big Red 1. Back to Theo Cup, who takes a shot, but it is blocked. And it is over to Chris Wands. Now to McNamara, who dumps it in. Luke Myers will chase after it. However, number 9 will come away from Cornell. There are some names, however, I do have to warn folks that we do not have officially from Cornell's roster that were not on their website nor provided by head coach Chris Newman. If there are a couple numbers I do not know, that is the reasoning. Now over to Kyle McNamara once again, but is passed into the slot and taken away by Cornell. Over to Shin, who is racing up the ice with number 25, Jack Bookbinder. Bookbinder cannot get anything, but McCrink will be there to dump it in. And it goes over to Adam Marvin. Back to Cornell, over to Shin. Back to McCrink behind the net. He brings it in the corner. Ewald in the center there, looking for his second goal, waiting for the puck, but he will take possession behind the net. Stopped by a couple Lakers there, and looks like he's trying to get it in the slot, but goes back to number 6, Habig, but it goes just past the net and goes over to Hornung. Hornung almost hit by Kyle McNamara, but McNamara falls himself as number 27, Adam Marvin, comes in and almost gets the rebound shot as well after the initial, but cannot convert on the wide open net there. Shin up the ice now, looking for a couple teammates to pass to, is cut off by number 6, CJ Walsh, after a hit on the stick from McCrink. No offsides there, almost, by Mike Lemieux, who has the goal earlier for the Lakers. And it looks like it's going to be too many men for the Lakers as they could not jump off fast enough. Number 18, Kyle McNamara, will serve the penalty for the Lakers with 12:59 left to go in the second period. Lakers 1, Cornell 1. and the Lakers will take a 2-minute man down. Excuse me, Cornell will be on the power play as the Lakers will be down a man for 2 minutes at least. Chris Nees comes in for the center on the penalty kill. And this is the first time we've seen special teams from either side. The first penalty of the game as Chris Nees does clear it down. Chase Nees, excuse me, clears it down. First special teams moment for either team. Power play from Cornell is trying to prove they can score, while the penalty kill will try to remain strong and keep this a tight game. Shin comes in, almost wraps it around, but goes back to the point. Over to McDonald, and then back over to McDonald. Little catch there, back and forth, and over to McCrink behind the net, and goes over to Jones. Cornell in the neutral zone, trying to get resituated and re-enter the zone. Almost offside, a little bit of a shake there. Almost looking at the shot off for McDonald. Galos able to come away with a tricky backhand shot as McDonald does slide into the back of the boards. But a little trouble there for Galos, but is able to make the save. Still 1-1 with 12:08. 1:09 left on the penalty kill for the Lakers. Only one shot on the power play so far. Wands tries to stop it with his knee, but cannot get it as Cornell holds possession with McDonald. Back to the blue line for for Ryan Hornung. It is cleared out by the Lakers with 50 seconds left to go on the penalty. Penalty kill will remain on the ice, no change yet. Hubert tries to get it, has to race back. Almost gets the poke check there as well, but Lemieux almost comes away with it. Wands pokes it out, able to bat it out of the zone. 25 seconds left on the penalty. Wands comes away with it and is not able to get all of it. Cannot clears the stop by McDonald. Ewald once again. And now over to number 24, Chris Williams. Hubert is able to clear it out with the backhand. 8 seconds left on a penalty. 11:05 left to go in the second period. Still tied 1-1. Cornell does not convert the power play as Mcnamara does come back out, and the Lakers are back at even strength with 10:53 left to go in the second period. Over to Myers. Out to Adam Marvin, who scores. Adam Marvin gets the goal. It looked like he had stopped it, but gets the slap shot there. Adam Marvin, the also first-year Laker, freshman. A couple first-year Lakers coming in strong. Marvin from Clarkstown, New York. We'll wait on the official assist, but there's 10:45 left to go in the second period. Lakers up 2-1 over the Cornell Big Red. Myers will take the draw and does try to get up there as McCrink did win the draw there, but is stopped by Max O'Mara. O'Mara almost clears it out, but it's held by Cornell. And O'Mara gets it again. Hits it behind the net to Martin Simonek. It is cleared out by Simonek, but Cornell will keep it and go into their defensive zone. A little bit past Galos there on the left side. Martin Simonek stays with McCrink. And McCrink cannot hold on to it as Luke Myers comes away with it. And it goes over to Mara, but back to Cornell. And Simonek will clear it out. Attempt to clear it out as Shin takes it again, but is taken away by Adam Marvin, who dove to try to get the trip call, but couldn't quite get it. Mcnamara with the backhand shot, but Cornell tries to throw it away, but the whistle is just a couple seconds too early. And that's another shot for the Lakers with 9:51 remaining in the second period. Lakers up 2-1, 19-15, the shot advantage for the Lakers. The goal, once again, did come from Adam Marvin. I believe the assist was Luke Myers, but we will await official confirmation from the statistician. Once again, Marvin's first goal of his career from Clarkstown, New York. And Oswego State comes away with possession with Sean O'Neill, Pat dumping it up. Over to Sean Mooney. Cornell comes away with it. And number 20, James Check, will be racing up with number 8, Ryan McDonald. Now also with number 24, Chris Williams. Stopped by Galos on the left side of the cage there. Trying to keep his team in this as well. A little pause in play. There's a ref had to talk to the statistician, but we are back underway at the Morado Campus Center. A little bit of a scrum for the puck there with Check and about 3 Lakers, and Oswego State comes away with it. Nick Matro has it over to CJ Walsh. Now to Sean O'Neill, and back to Walsh, but cannot get there. He's able to get it after Nick Matro came in and hit the marksman that was there. No icing, waved off as number 87, Ryan Honung, got a little too close there and was not able to keep the icing. Sean O'Neill racing up now. Gets across the blue line and will not shoot. He will just go behind and is not able to keep the possession of the puck. Official assist does, and it is a goal actually from number 9, the assistant captain, Chris Carey from the slot. Oswego State will take a 3-1 advantage with 8:42 left to go in the second period. Carey's senior year had 19 points last year. His first goal of the year, obviously, in 2017. He had 6 goals with 19 points, 13 assists tacked on. However, the goal that we were just talking about from Adam Marvin was assisted from Kyle McNamara, not Luke Myers. So the second goal is Marvin from McNamara to take the 1-goal advantage. And now number 9, Chris Carey, with his first goal of the season, takes the 3-1 advantage for the Lakers. Theo Cup with the puck, and now over to Mike LaBeal. Wands behind the net. He's able to get around a couple big red. He's bumped off the puck as number 11, Ross Allen, comes in and takes the shot, but it is stopped by Galos. A little bit of a scrum in the corner there. A couple hard hits from number 15, Dylan Jones, right into the corner of the boards. Puck is frozen, however, so the ref will stop play. No penalty assessed to Jones with those couple hard shoves. It'll go right into the left side of the crease on the left circle. Chris Nees for the Lakers, and Alex Ewald for the Big Red will take the face-off. Oswego State comes away with the puck. Chris Nees just a little bit past it. Chris Carey comes with the official goal for the 3rd goal for the Lakers, assisted by Nick Matro. Matro, a senior with 10 assists last year, 23 points total from Marcellus, New York. Just a short, say about an hour away from Oswego. Another shot from from Lemieux at the left side, but it is stopped by Goldberg. 7:17 left for the second period. Lakers up on the Big Red 3-1 as the fans applaud some of the players as they head to the bench. Not as many fans as the NCAA game would hold for Oswego State, but a solid crowd for the Lakers. A couple Big Red fans here as well. Shin tries to get around his defenseman, cannot, as it's stopped by Martin Simonek. Wallace skates it in, tries to get it back in towards the center, but cannot, as Hubert is not able to hold on to it. But Oswego State comes away with it almost and loses possession to McCrank. Shin takes a shot and is stopped by Galos right into the pads on the left side. As I was saying, not as many fans. A couple of Cornell Big Red fans in the Murano Campus Center, as well as a good solid group of both fans, parents, and students of Oswego State scattered throughout the rink. Cornell does win the draw, and it is stopped once again by Oswego after the deflection from with a shot from Dylan Jones at the point. 21 shots now for Cornell compared to Lakers 22. However, Lakers, like I said, do hold the 3-1 advantage on goals with 6:37 left to go in the middle period. Dumped down by the Lakers, but the icing is canceled as number 27, Adam Marvin, did hit it right after the red line. And C.J. Chapin back on the ice will try to stop it, but it goes up to Luke Myers. Tries to get around his defenseman, cannot. Defenseman being Ryan Hornung. Hornung is able to stop him and is almost sat on by Jones to keep it away from his goaltender. It goes over to Kyle McNamara, who has the earlier assist on the second goal. Shot by Martin Semenek just goes over the goal cage, excuse me. And goes over to Jay Chapin. Now to Kyle McNamara, who takes a shot, almost hits the end of the leg of the sprawling Goldberg. Cornell brings it up with Chris Williams taking the puck across the line, but it is shot and stopped by Alex Golos. Both teams with fair amount of chances. Lakers now have 23 with Cornell compared to Cornell's 22 shots. 5:34 left in the middle period. Lakers up 3-1. Cornell comes away with the puck, but Oswego State is able to take it away very quickly as number 9, Chris Carey, brings it up. Chris Carey with the third goal for the Lakers. Oh, Sean Mooney tries to take control of it, and is the scrum with a couple Cornell players. Cornell will come away with it. Chase Habig with the puck, but it is taken away once again by Chris Carey and taken away by Cornell. There is a stoppage of play, a hook from the referee, and it looks like it will be called on Cornell. Cornell will be on the penalty kill for the first time. Cornell's number 6, Chase Habig, will get his first penalty of the game, a hook, as I said. 5:03 left in this middle period. Lakers will go on their first power play of the game. Cornell on the penalty kill. Even 5 minutes left to go as Oswego State starts the power play in their own zone on the left side. Myers over to number 6, C.J. Walsh, and number 17, Sean Mooney, holds it. Now over to Myers. Back to Walsh. Myers skates with it a little bit and crossed over to Carey, to O'Neal. Myers, not able to keep it, kicks it off his foot, but able to get it back, not able to hold possession to get the shot off. Over to Carey. Now to Metro. Myers, just on the left side of the net, just over the leg pad of Goldberg. Does hit the outside of the net, however. And Oswego State will almost keep possession as Ewald is able to clear the puck out. With 1:05 left on the penalty, Oswego State will get new power play forwards on the ice. Almost a too-many-men call, but able to skate back in the bench quick. 3:55 left to go as Cornell clears it back down once again. Cornell able to get 4 new penalty killers. Oswego State able to get 5 new players on the power play as they try to get one more goal in with 40 seconds left on the power play. 3:43 left to go. A big hit from number 16, Nick Matro on Cornell. Gets some riot going from some hoots and hollers, from the fans as well as the Lakers bench. Oswego State does bring it back in with Nick Matro holding onto the puck. Back to Mike Lemieux, but it is taken by Williams, who tries to skate it up, maybe for the short-handed attempt. Gets the attempt off, but is stopped by Golos, and he is met with force from Theo Cup in the corner. Skating up now, Nick Matro with the puck on the left side with Chase Nees on his back. over to, and it is another goal for the Lakers. Nick Matro after a cross, 2:55 left to go. Lakers take a 4-1 advantage over the Cornell Big Red. Nick Matro, the senior, already has an assist in the game. Had 13 goals last season, the Marcellus, New York native. His first goal, of course, of the season. 2:55 remaining in the second period. New lines for both squads. Joe Marcelic will take the draw and wins it. It is cleared down, but stopped by Cornell. Someone lost a stick. It looks like number 28, Brendan Wallace, does lose a stick. It will hop right off the ice. Gilbert isn't able to hold on. Ewald tries to keep the puck. It is not able. Is able to keep it in, excuse me. Ewald once again on the left side. McCrink not able to get the shot off fans. Sean Mooney given the assist, the Oswego, New York native, the sophomore, first year Laker as well. So he's got an assist. Nick Matro, goal and assist. Chris Carey, an assist. The first line representing well for the Lakers in the second period. 2 minutes left to go. Lakers up 4-1 over the Cornell Big Red. Cornell attempts to keep it in, but Lakers able to hold on to the puck as he dances around the stick. Number 27, Adam Marvin, dances around the stick of Brendan Wallace, which is still on the ice, has not been picked up yet. Joe Marcelic backhands it into the goaltender. However, whistle is blown just a little too early as Goldberg actually did not have firm possession of it as it trickles in, with Adam Marvin protesting a little bit to the referee as he tried to tap it in, but the ref does not budge. Cornell comes away with it as they wrap it around the boards. Cornell takes it up, attempts to take it up the left side, excuse me, as it goes to Williams, who brings it up ice. Taking on the Laker himself, Max O'Mara, excuse me. Lakers do come away with the puck with Luke Myers racing up the center. He gets around his player, and he scores! Luke Myers with a dangle in the slot, a nice celebration, and gets right over the leg pad of Cornell University's goaltender, Drew Goldberg. Lakers take a 5-1 advantage with 1:07 left in the second period. Luke Myers now a goal, and I believe, based off what we've seen earlier, he has an assist. I could, of course, be wrong. 5 goals for the Lakers, 1 minute remaining in the second period, 5-1 over Cornell. Lakers really pulling away here. Shin with a shot, wide open in the slot, but it goes to the left side of the net as Adam Marvin tries to get it up the ice, but is stopped. And Sean O'Neill, Kyle McNamara tries to get the hit, but cannot make contact. Myers' unassisted goal, able to dangle around in the slot area to take a 5-1 advantage as Cornell tries to get a shot off, gets the shot, but it's dumped back in and taken by Shin, actually. Able to get around a couple of Lakers there. Shin not able to get the shot out, however, but he does now, wide open, and is stopped by Galos on the leg pad. Might have even gone a little wide as Galos is still on the ground trying to get back up, and his teammates grab the puck, knees with it as time expires. At the end of the second period, Lakers up 5-1 over the Cornell Big Red. We'll be back momentarily with all the goals scored, shots, and more. And you're listening to Oswego ACHA Hockey on YouTube Live. At the second period, Lakers 5, Cornell University 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third period of, the second intermission of Oswego State ACHA hockey between Oswego State Lakers and the Cornell University Big Red. 5 minutes and 30 seconds until we face off for the third period. However, I will be able to give you a little update on all the goal scorers we have had throughout the game. First period, Cornell did score with Alex Ewald from Dong-Yoon Shin to open up the scoring. But however, Oswego State was able to come back in a firing force. Mike Lemieux with his first goal as a Laker, assisted from Luke Myers, the junior from New City, New York. Second goal for the Lakers was Adam Marvin, assisted by Kyle McNamara. Adam Marvin, also a first-year Laker. Chris Carey, the senior from Monroe, an assistant captain, was credited with a third goal with an assist from Nick Matro, the senior from Marcellus, New York. Nick Matro himself would get the fourth goal from Sean Mooney, the center of that line. And Luke Myers, who had the first assist of the game, had the unassisted goal late in the second period over the pad of Drew Goldberg. That first line for the Lakers, however, does have 4 points totaled. Myers has 2 points. Myers has 2 points. However, the first line, Nick Matro with 2 points, Sean Mooney with a point, and also Chris Carey with a goal. That first line is going to be critical, not only in the third period of this game, but also the rest of the season for the Lakers, as we have 4 minutes remaining in the second intermission. Lakers and Cornell tied in shots with 27 apiece. Lakers obviously pulling away more, 5-1 over the Big Red. Alex Galos with a 26 save performance within 40 minutes. And Drew Goldberg with 22 saves. Oswego State is, like I said, in their home opener. If you are tuning in just for the third period, you have missed a great first 40 minutes of action. Lakers have seen 5 different goal scorers. Something that is good to see is, I'm assuming, head coach Chris Timmons does like to know that there are plentiful of scoring chances from his team. Oswego State with a good amount of fans here, mainly students, a couple parents around the arena. A solid group, as we heard just a couple moments ago, Sweet Caroline, a solid Oswego State tune if you have been to the NCAA games at least. It looks like they are also bringing that into the ACHA Stadium arena. Oswego State has been practicing twice a week, Wednesday nights and Thursday nights, so they got off the ice Thursday night and were able to take a game down today. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining for the second intermission as we await both teams to re-enter the ice for the final 20 minutes of regulation. Another big part of this team for the Lakers has been the defense, mainly looking at a Martin Simonek and CJ Walsh both, and also Theo Cup. Well, Theo Cup a little more of an offensive presence, even though he has no assists or goals. However, Martin Simonek and CJ Walsh both have been able to keep control of their marked men on offense from the Big Red, able to keep any pucks away from goaltender Alex Galos, as we have 1:50 left and the referees will enter the ice, both linesmen and officials. Coaches will be entering the bench now as Chris Timmons and Allhart are entering the bench. Chris Newman for Cornell will head over to his respective bench across the ice. Led by Alex Galos, the Lakers are going to be taking the ice with 1:25 remaining in the intermission. Alex Galos, like I said, with a 26 save performance so far, allowing only 1 goal early in the game from Alex Ewald. Ewald's second goal of the season. Lakers proved a lot of offense in the first 40 minutes of play, as I've probably repeated a little bit too much by now. But we're going to, the rest of the team finishes walking out of their locker room, the Cornell Big Red following behind, not immediately behind, as they're probably trying to get ready for third period to see how they can make up this 4-goal deficit that was not looking to be likely in between after the first period. 1-1, tight game after 20 minutes as Cornell does take the ice now, but Oswego State able to pull away after their power play. Usually it does die down a little bit after that, but Oswego State able to capitalize after their power play on even strength. Cornell also not able to convert on their power play when Oswego State got called on a too many men on the ice penalty. So both special teams penalty killing units are 100% for the game. Oswego's 100% on the year. Power plays are both 0 for 1 for both teams. Oswego State in the huddle next to their bench as we await the buzzer as it just goes off, as we await the face-off. And it looks like it's going to be the same defensemen, Wands and Cup, as it has been for the first two periods. And once again, it will be the third line starting for the Lakers in the third period. Same starting line that has been all game for the Big Red. Myers and Shin taking the face-off. Excuse me, Eward taking the face-off. And we are underway with the final 20 minutes of regulation in the third period. Theo Cup takes the puck and hits it over to Shin. Shin wraps it around over to McCrink, but is not able to keep possession as Shin wraps it back around over to Jones. Now to Ewald. Cornell takes a shot in Golos's glove, but it is no problem as he swipes it out of the air on the right side of the cage with 19:36 left in the second period. Cornell now with 28 shots. And the puck is going to be dropped on the right side at the right circle. Cornell comes away with it, almost gets it in there, but can hit away by Golos as Jones comes away with it at the point over to McCrink. McCrink tries to bat it forward, but it is stopped by the Lakers and goes out into the neutral zone. Number 25 from the Big Red, Bookbinder, does hit a Laker. Couldn't see the number right away, and he does fall to the ground. And another player actually jumped over the Laker to try to get the puck. Great awareness and quick decision-making from the Lakers, which have helped them with a 5-1 lead. Shin again with the puck. Cornell keeping the same line, and it is with the Lakers again. Chris Carey taking it toward the back of the cage. Lakers with the puck now up to number 16, Mcnamara, who does have a goal and an assist. Now to Sean Mooney, who has an assist. Sean Mooney tries to pass it to the slot, but is taken away by Cornell, who is now racing up the ice with number 24, Chris Williams. Chris Williams tries to get it in, tries to put it in front for McCrink, but cannot get it out there as Oswego State comes away with the puck. Cornell keeping a couple of their guys out there. However, Shin and McCrink just get off the ice after nearly 2 minutes of a shift. Hockey, you want some quick shifts to try to keep your guys fresh. They stayed out there a little longer than their third line mate, Jones. Cornell almost gets possession in the slot and is able to kick it back in. Oswego State remains on defense with 17:50 left to go in the final regulation period. Knees comes away with it and is dumped out, almost dumped out. However, Knees does get possession, shows off his speed a little bit more and gets out to it. Almost stopped by Cornell's number 9, one of the few players that Cornell does not have on their roster. Not sure of a name there. Knees keeps the puck on the right side of the near the boards. And Cornell comes away with it. Icing for Cornell Big Red as it sails past Alex Golos into the backboards, and Oswego wins the race with no competition. It'll go to the right side of Drew Goldberg, who is on a 22 save performance with 17:20 left to go, has let in 5 goals. Obviously, actually, excuse me, they have switched their goaltenders. I did not realize. Carson Churkop is in for the third period for the Lakers. Drew Goldberg will be sitting on the bench and is standing there waiting to open the cage for his teammates. Churkop, like I said, does have 36 saves and 2 games played, has a 1-1 record, and no goals allowed, and I believe about 60 minutes of play. Looks like there's going to be a slash called on Cornell University for Oswego State's second power play of the game. McDonald with the slash. And Oswego State will get their second power play of the game with 16:55 left in the third regulation period. Cherkop hasn't had to face a shot yet, but he might here on the power play as the Lakers take the man advantage, but it is cleared by Cornell. Theo Cup races back, and Alex Goulos holds it for him with 16:40 left in the period and 1:45 left on the penalty. Sean Mooney hit to the ground by number 19 Shin, but Knees comes away with it. A little bit of a dangle and tries to get it around Cherkop, but cannot get it exactly across the pad. Short-handed opportunity with Ewald and Shin on a 2-on-1, and Shin has a one-timer tap, but it goes way over the net, and it will remain 5-1 with no short-handed goal. 1:14 left on the penalty, and 16:07 left in the third period. Oswego State will keep possession in the offensive zone, as it's with number 21, Mike Lemieux, over to Metro, now to Watt. Theo Cup, over to Carey, back to Cup. Cup on the point, passes it all the way down to Nick Metro, and now to Theo Cup. And over to Chris Carey, back to Chris Carey. And there's a shot from Chris Carey that Cherkop stops. First save of the game, Mike Lemieux with the puck and passes a little bit of a bank pass to Cup and down to Metro. Metro wraps around the net himself and passes it back to Carey. Now over to Cup. Cup around a player to Cornell, to Nick Metro. Wide open net as Cherkop's a little out of position but sails it over the cage, and it remains 5-1. 15:03 left in the third period. Shin with the puck with 5 seconds left on the penalty. Oswego State able to come with a puck and not allow but a short-handed goal as Cornell, Big Red, return to full strength with McDonald returning to the ice. 14:45 left in the regulation period. Lakers up 5-1. Oswego State still 0 for 2, now 0 for 2, excuse me, on the power play, and Cornell is 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. It is offsides, and Luke Myers will have to skate back, but it is given to Cornell, over to McDonald, and now to Williams. Chris Carey with it behind the net, and will pass it over to Sean O'Neill. Up to Kyle McNamara, who tries to stick with it, but cannot from the mysterious number 9 that we do not have the name for. And it is cleared by Cornell, and is not an icing, and it will taken by Williams, almost to the slot, and is tipped into Goulos by his own player, and is able to stop it. It's able to clear out. A little bit of a confusion there, almost an own goal, in which in soccer would have been credited to whoever tapped it in, but in hockey, whoever touched it last for Cornell. But there's no need to worry about that. Up to Kyle McNamara, who's got a shot, and it's in! Kyle McNamara with a goal late in the, or early in the game, I should say, right through the pad of Chris Cherkop. McNamara's second point of the game. McNamara had an assist on the Adam Marvin goal, the second goal for the Lakers. Oswego State takes a 6-1 advantage over Cornell with 13:35 remaining in the third period. 29 shots for the Lakers and 30 for Cornell. We await the official assist from the statistician when they announce it. Oswego State does win the puck back and goes back to Cornell. A little bit of communication. It goes back with number 28, Brennan Wallace, racing back and just gets there. Over to Hebert. A little bit of a scrum over there. Oswego State trying to keep possession. And still back behind a player's skate. Surprised the referee has not blown the whistle quite yet for frozen puck, but Oswego State does come away with it. Almost. Hubert almost gets it a slot, and it's over to number 12, Martin Simonek, who just gives it away. Now rushing back, Oswego State's got two defensemen there. Almost gloved down by Goulos with a shot, but Jay Chapman comes away with it and goes up to number 37, Guame Herbert. Now over to Marcelic, who gives it to Brendan Wallace, who skates around a little bit, gives it to Jay Chapman, who is not able to keep possession. Sean O'Neill is given the assist on the Kyle McNamara goal. O'Neill's first point of the season, obviously. O'Neill, the junior from Cicero, New York, had 7, but he does get it back on the right side, excuse me. Able to give it to Matro, who's looking for his second. Does not get the shot off and goes back to the defense to Wands and over to Chris Carey. Mooney to Matro. Almost a goal there. And now shot back down by Cornell, but it will not be an icing as Chris Wands grabs it. Or excuse me, Theo Cup grabs it and passes it off to Chris Wands. Back to Theo Cup. And over to Lemieux. But cannot hold possession and gives it to Cornell. Theo Cup with the puck and tries to get it up to Kyle McNamara and does. Chris Nees almost with the shot there. We cannot get a connection on it as Shin is not able to keep possession of it. And I apologize once again. I misread the jersey from Cornell University. It is not Carson Cherkop. It is number 37, Tadigan Keels, his first appearance of the season, who does obviously have a couple saves but also let up the goal. And he is the one in net with 10 and 13 remaining in the regulation period. Not Cherkop. Once again, it is Keel who replaced Drew Goldberg. Cornell with 4 goaltenders on the roster, 2 of which are scratched, 1 on the bench. Similar to Oswego State, as Cornell does bring it in and is crossed through Alex Goulos, a little goaltender interference there. But nothing called because it was not affected. Luke Myers tries to get to the puck there, but Cornell comes away with it, with Williams taking the shot all over to the left side of Goulos. Cornell still has puck possession in the offensive zone. Over to Jones, who passes it up to McDonald. McDonald can do nothing with it. Williams with a shot, but is stopped by Goulos and taken away by Oswego State, who's running up the ice now. Kyle McNamara almost with the puck there, just beaten out by his defender, number 23. Sorry, 23, who is also actually another player who does not have a name on the Cornell roster. Lakers skating up. And 18, Kyle McNamara with another shot, looking for his second goal, his 3rd point of the game, but is stopped by Keel with 8:58 remaining in the 3rd period. Faceoff will be on the left side, the far side of the cage. Oswego State's able to come away with it, with Brendan Wallace taking the puck, and then Hubert taking it once again. Oswego State almost with another shot there from Brendan Wallace, but is tripped up. No penalty called in the slot, however. McCrink passes it off to Shin. Off his skate, but Ewald comes away with it. Is able to get in the offensive zone. Almost dangles around a player. Shin with a shot, sliding shot, but it goes past the cage, not touching Goulos. Cleared out by the Lakers. Offside. And Oswego State will get possession with Jay Chapman taking it behind the cage. Over to Joe Marcelic. Oswego State with a shot, but it does go wide. Now to the side for Cornell University. Shin just misses the puck, not fast enough, but Cornell does remain in possession after Oswego State just tries to clear it. Ewald with the puck, but it is taken away by Marcelic. And it looks like the referee will be calling a penalty on number 16, Nick Matro. 2 minutes for a high stick, most likely against Donyun Shin, who Metro gave a little love tap on the stick, on the legs for that. Oswego's second penalty of the game is 7:48 remaining in the final period. Oswego State does clear the puck. Shin left wide open on the near side there. It is able to keep possession. Almost into Alex Golos' pads, but he's able to keep it out after a second attempt. Hornung will keep the puck and passes it off to McDonald. Shin to Williams, who gets a shot off, but is once again cleared by the Lakers. Hubert will take the puck himself across the line, but loses possession of it a little bit too much there. 30 seconds remaining on the penalty for the Lakers. Penalty kill with 6:18 remaining in the regulation period. Almost cleared, but gloved down by Cornell, but Hubert will clear again and hit Cornell's goaltender Keel, the backup. 15 seconds remaining on the penalty as Cornell has just about one more chance to move it up, and then the Oswego State will return to full strength as Shin just dumps it in there to try to get it to Williams, which he does. Williams does get it over. It is cleared out, killing the penalties for the Lakers as they return to even strength with 5:45 remaining in the regulation period. Lakers up 6-1 at the Ronald Campus Center in their home and season opener. Cornell tries to shoot it down the ice, but cannot as it's blocked by Oswego State off the post for number 6, C.J. Walsh. Walsh with a shot right in the slot, 3-on-2 opportunity. It hits the left post, does not get the favorable bounce. As they say, the post is the goaltender's best friend, but is also his worst enemy. Penalty coming up for the Lakers after a trip from number 6, also from again C.J. Walsh, who did protect his goaltender there, and the stick went flying, but there is no goal. So Oswego State will go on their third penalty kill of the game. And it looks like there's no, looks like the refs are trying to discuss what's going on. Actually, no, there's a Cornell timeout, excuse me. So with 5:07 left, actually, Lakers will switch their goaltenders. Number 33 for the Lakers, Dan Parapezco, the first-year Laker junior from Deer Park, New York. And might I add, some solid black matte pads. It was a nice addition to see to the Lakers squad that has a couple goaltenders with pure white pads, but he comes in with a little diversity here. Cornell on the timeout, and on the power play, once play will resume, C.J. Walsh with a penalty. 5:07 remaining in the regulation period. 32 shots for the Lakers, 33 for Cornell, as we await both teams to figure out the game plan as Cornell tries to come back in this one. Steep hill to climb, as the normal math in me would say you have to score a goal a minute to tie it up at least. But I've seen crazier things happen. Both teams heading back out to the ice as Parapezco does hit the ice for his first ice time as a Laker in a game. Exciting for him for sure. Knees almost gets it out of the puck, but is thrown back in by McDonald from Cornell. Simonek tries to get it out, and he does. And number 14, Bobby Vasta, will get the puck shorthanded down to the ice. Knees tries to get the puck, and stick is lifted, but cannot get it. Back over to Vasta. Cornell will try to regroup a little bit as Ewald takes it into the zone. Letting his teammates get in position, Ewald and McDonald play a little pass. And now over to Jones. Jones goes back to McDonald and over to Shin in the back corner, in the near corner, excuse me. McCrink. And now in the corner, over to Jones at the point, and he misses. And Wallace will try to race Jones for the puck and gets in front of him, but is blocked by Jones and cannot take possession. But Herbert will try to get the puck as Shin takes it behind his cage and lets his team regroup. 45 seconds remaining on the penalty, 3:50 remaining in the third period as Oswego State takes possession but just dumps it out. And it will go out of play. 3:44 remaining in the third period as it's tapped out, or hit out, excuse me, by the Lakers. 37 seconds remaining on the penalty as both teams will change their lines. And the Lakers look to keep this one 6-1. I don't see Cornell pulling their goaltender with a 5-goal lead, but it will be in the neutral zone of the near side. Cornell's mystery number 9 with the puck. Almost grabbed by number 18, Liam Vinell, a new name we haven't seen in a couple of minutes. Stopped, however, by Perpesco, who's made a couple early saves in his Laker debut with 3:32 remaining in the period and 25 seconds remaining on the penalty. Knees tripped up a little bit, but no call, as he is now able to, Knees is able to clear it down the ice. 50 seconds remaining on the penalty, and Cornell really has one big shot left at this. Another mystery, number 10, will take it for the Big Red. But Lakers can clear one more time to end the penalty and will return to even strength as Cornell takes it in their defensive zone. Cup tries to get to the puck, but Cornell will keep the puck in their near corner, but is tipped by Cup. And Vinell will try to get around, wraps it around, but Perpesco makes the stop with 2:49 remaining in the third period. Both teams, again, will change to stay fresh. A little more Cornell offense we've seen in the latter half of the third period with 2:50 remaining. And it looks like they're going to have a long uphill battle to climb, given we've lost that chance for a goal a minute. Oswego State passes it up to Mcnamara, who is able to stick with it with Mooney in the center. Tries to get over, but cannot get to the puck fast enough. Mcnamara keeps possession as he wraps around. Over to Simonek, who takes the shot, but is blocked by Keel. It sticks with Metro, and now to Mooney. Jay Chapin over to Simonek. And now it's Sean Mooney who crosses the line. Nick Metro tries to keep it in, but is just dumped in by Simonek and stopped by Cornell as they try to wait out this clock with exactly 2 minutes to go in the third period. Lakers up 6-1 over Cornell University. Sean Mooney just does up and down. Hornung tries to keep the puck but passes it off to his defense. A little bit of a scrum there in the far corner. However, Cornell will just dump it in with Martin Simonek taking the puck. Off the helmet of number 25, Joe Marcelic, who shakes it off a little bit, but does get into the defensive zone of Cornell, but they will take it right back with Williams taking the shot. Cannot get it on net as it is tipped. Hubert passes it off with a slap pass to number 28, Brandon Wallace, who's got one defender beat but spins around and almost gets it cleanly to Joe Marcelic with a goal opportunity. Cannot get it. Hubert over to CJ Walsh. And it is stopped by Keel after the Walsh shot. 1:08 remaining in the regulation final period, most likely for the Lakers and Cornell University, as it goes all the way back down with a penalty, actually, to number 28, Brennan Wallace. Missed that one, apparently, and it'll go back into the defensive zone of the Lakers. The fourth power play opportunity for for Cornell University. Oswego State 3 for 3 on the penalty kill so far. They will remain on the penalty kill for the rest of the game, given that Cornell does not score. Under 1 minute now, as Oswego State does clear the puck with 50 seconds remaining, 1:40 remaining on the penalty. Not exactly how Chris Timmons probably wanted to end the game on a penalty kill, but given the track record of his team's penalty kill early on, he's got to have confidence. As Knees takes it in, shorthanded opportunity, but cannot keep the puck, but does stay with it behind the net. Tries to get around his defenseman to get it over to Bobby Vasta, but cannot as Cornell takes it with 20 seconds remaining in the game. Ross Allen dumps it in, 14 seconds remaining as Oswego State clears likely just one more time with 7 seconds and counting to go. Cornell will just hold the puck as time expires. Oswego State takes the season opener as well as their home opener 6-1 over Cornell University. Oswego State with 33 shots and Cornell with 34. Cornell obviously with the shot advantage, but Oswego State able to come away. Both goaltenders for both teams did get some playing time. Keel a little more than Parapesco, but however, Parapesco did come in strong, replacing Galos. Both teams will shake hands as we're able to get the final stats from. Actually, that's about it. The goals: Cornell, Ewald from Dongyun Shin in the first period, and that was the only goal that the Big Red would have. Oswego State Lakers with Mike Lemieux from Luke Myers in the first period to tie the game, and the second period was the big period for the Lakers as Adam Marvin opened up scoring with an assist from Kyle McNamara for the second goal. Chris Carey then from Nick Matro for the third goal. Nick Matro would score right after that with an assist from line mate Sean Mooney. Luke Myers, for his second point of the game, his goal, had a nice dangle in the slot, unassisted goal right over the pad of Drew Goldberg to close out the scoring. Kyle McNamara, also with his second point of the game, gets the assist from defenseman Sean O'Neill to wrap up the scoring for both teams. Once again, the conclusion of the Oswego State Lakers Cornell University Big Red game ends in a 6-1 victory for the Lakers as they open up their season both at home and for the 2018-19 season with a 1-0 start and a 1-0 record in the NCAHL. Cornell now, Oswego, like I said, 1-0-0 and 1-0-0 in the NECHL. Cornell drops to the first win. Just a couple more seconds to wrap up the broadcast here as we await any final stats that the statistician might have. But other than that, Oswego State 4 for 4 on the penalty kill and 0 for 2 on the power play. The same for Cornell, except 4 for 4 on the power play, 0 for 4 on the power play, and 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Cornell's already in their locker room. Oswego State's heading to the locker room with the referees heading back as well, and us up on the broadcast booth. Thank you for watching. I'm Ben Greco on the play-by-play alongside Jerry Pritchard, our cameraman. Thank you for watching. We'll see you. We'll be back tomorrow with a 1 p.m. start for Oswego State's second game of the season at the Ronald Campus Center. You're listening to Oswego State ACHA Hockey on YouTube Live.